I'll start us off with a piece of news from yesterday. I'm going to put it on the screen. Allow me. So it was reported yesterday in the Wall Street Journal, as you can see, that Hamas has calculated it can survive in Gaza and rule. The militant group is challenging demands that it be dismantled ahead of key talks on Trump's peace plan. That's October 23rd. All right, that's yesterday. Now, this is not the first indication that we've had that Hamas has no intention to disarm. It's just the latest. The messaging from Hamas has been very consistent. They even killed two Israeli soldiers recently, which prompted a retaliation from the IDF. They bombed some Hamas positions and so forth. Um, Now, this is something that we predicted when the peace plan was announced. I said that you remember that, Yoel, right?
Yes.
We were very clear about this. We said that uh, our prediction was first that the first phase of the plan, yes, Hamas would comply with that because the first phase of the plan was that they had to turn over the live hostages and also the dead hostages. I was uncertain about the dead hostages because I'm not even sure they can find them all. But the live hostages, I was sure that they were gonna, or I was reasonably sure that they were gonna turn them all over, because if they didn't hand over the hostages, then Trump cannot protect Hamas. And my model is precisely that Trump is in the business of protecting the jihadis. He has a pro-jihadi and anti-Israeli policy. Okay, Trump, like his predecessors in the White House, is trying to destroy the Jewish state in genocide. This is our model. So the prediction was, well, will definitely turn over the live hostages, because if they don't, then there's no way to stop the Israelis from returning to the charge against Hamas, and Trump won't be able to protect Hamas, right? So that part had to be done. But after that, we predicted pretty much everything that is in stipulated in Trump's peace plan as an obligation of Hamas under the terms of the plan would be violated by Hamas. That was our prediction. And the most important provisions in the plan, of course, are that Hamas should disarm and that Hamas should step down from any role in the government of Gaza. And what the Wall Street Journal is now saying, which is only the latest, because as we said, the Hamas messaging on this has been very consistent, is that no, they don't intend to disarm and they don't intend to give up the government of Gaza. And therefore, we should, if you're an innocent person and an innocent, someone who just was born yesterday, you would think, well, then Trump and Netanyahu are going to go back into war and disarm Hamas. Why would you think that? Well, because being an innocent person who was born yesterday, you are paying attention to what these people say. And Trump has been saying repeatedly that if Hamas doesn't disarm, he's going to go disarm them. And he makes his usual very, histrionic threats, sounding very macho, just like he
I have
did.
it. I have it here, Francisco. If
Oh, go
you
ahead. Let's
want
see it.
me, if you want me to show you,
Yeah,
to show
let's see
all
the
the
threat.
audience. This is a tweet that Donald recently posted, 16th of October. If Hamas continues to kill people in Gaza, which was not the deal, we will have no choice but to go in and kill them. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
Thank you. Thank you for your attention to this matter. I love it. Yeah, he sounds like he almost sounds like a flight attendant, telling
Yes.
people to buckle their seatbelts or some nonsense like that. Um, so he's gonna go in and kill them if they don't stop killing people in Gaza. But in fact, what happened almost immediately, Hamas started executing Arab Palestinians in Gaza. And Trump publicly apologized for this, interpreting the extrajudicial murders of Arab Palestinians in Gaza, who, as I understand, are Arab Palestinians belonging to the clans that are enemies of Hamas, right, and that have been fighting Hamas. Trump publicly apologized for these extrajudicial murders by saying that Hamas is supposedly mopping up a criminal element in Gaza. Now, to put this in context so that people understand exactly what Trump is doing, you have to remember that Hamas is not merely a terrorist organization. It is a terrorist organization that carried out the biggest terrorist attack against the Jewish people since the Holocaust, the horrific massacre of October 7th, 2023, and also that Hamas is officially recognized as a terrorist organization by the US State Department. So Trump's own government recognizes Hamas as a terrorist organization, which is, of course, why Hamas in the peace plan is supposed to disarm and give up the government of Gaza, right? And yet, when these terrorists, these unspeakable terrorists, start executing Arab Palestinians in Gaza, Trump's response is to apologize for them as supposedly conducting a police action. Well, excuse me, but there's no such thing as a police action that includes extrajudicial murders in the streets. That's not a police action at all. That's terrorism. Okay, this is what terrorists do. They're behaving like the terrorists that they've always been. So it is in fact diagnostic of what is really going on to see the president of the United States apologizing for these terrorists when in fact these terrorists have given him a golden excuse to go in and destroy them like he promised that he would do.